And we're back. Welcome back to the For Against podcast. You're on Nick Hall Comedy. I'm Nick Hall. That's, who is that?
Josh Griffey coming in hot.
If you're, hey, listen, if you're watching this podcast or if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, anywhere you get your pods, go ahead and, leave us comments. If you got some For or Against ideas, jam those things down in the comments on YouTube or, tweet it to us or whatever. Click those, jam those like buttons. And, if you're on Apple, give us a good review or don't. Whatever you feel like. If you need some gear, head on over to CoachKentMurphy.com/shop. You can get a I Am Not a Right Fielder shirt like I'm wearing right now. And that's it for the ads. And
that's it.
Big week.
Big old week, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to talk about it.
I was wondering if you were going to bring it up. Well, those of you looking on YouTube, you might see some real nice blood spots on Nick's ear.
Yeah, so it's an ongoing investigation, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it is. I gave a statement, but
seems like a pretty open and shut case.
I was helping out at the bar that Chucky owns last evening, and I was accosted by a woman. I was trying to kick her out. Basically, here's what happened. Basically, what happened was I was talking to this one table, getting them situated, and this girl from another table came up and put her hands on this other girl, and the girl was like, I don't know you, and then they started verbally jousting. I calmed the situation. I stood between the two women, and I assured the one that was not in the wrong. I said, "Hey, you're good. Just sit there. You're good. You're not doing anything." I proceeded to turn around to the girl that was causing the problem, and I asked her just to return to her table. That's all I asked.
That simple.
And she squared up and punched me right in the face. Right in the face. Now, I kept my restraint. I did not. You saw the video.
The best part of the story is that Miller Chucky has a very good video system inside of his bar.
It's spectacular.
So I was showed the video. If I didn't think it was a legal issue, I would edit it right into the episode.
I can't put it in. Yeah.
But it is so fucking funny because there were two moves, right? The one is when she starts tough talking you.
Yeah.
You did the classic. You whipped your towel over your shoulder like it was ass beating time.
Oh, yeah.
Like an old coach intimidation method. And then,
listen here, bitch.
And then she looks at you and gave you the, oh, really?
Yeah.
And fucking socked you.
Smoked almost.
Good.
My two favorite parts of that were, number one, I didn't hit her back. Man, I wanted to, but I didn't. But when she hit me, when she punched my face because I have my mask on, she knocked to the side, and the first thing I did was secure my mask properly, because as I said in the video, safety first.
Shove it in her face.
I do want to stop the situation, but I also don't want to spread COVID. So,
and also, having seen the video, who knows? This girl could just be a petri dish of any known infections.
So, then eventually, I got her out the front door. She went on a rampage. She punched three or four other people.
Yeah.
Just on the sidewalk. She's just walking up and down the sidewalk, punching people. Mm-hmm. She dove headfirst into a car.
Smart. Dented
another car. I'm on the phone with 911. Hey, we need a cop out here. We got to get this hell beast off the premises. And while I'm on the phone with 911, she jumps on me, bites me, scratches me, ruins my good trash show shirt, rips the hell out of it, knocked my never bunt hat off. I got blood on it. I got her. I restrained her again, and then I was basically for the next 10 minutes just bag paddling up and down the sidewalk, Floyd Mayweather, and just dodging punches. As I talked to a 911 dispatcher, and the whole time I'm narrating, I'm yeah, she's still trying to hit me, ducking and weaving, man, bobbing and weaving. Yeah, so that was my evening, and after that, the best part was because when I help when and if I help out on Tuesday nights, when I go up there, I don't drink on Tuesday nights because we always have shit to do on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Well, when I got back, this is 1:30 in the morning. When I got back in, the whole bar was really stoked on me. They're like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
Yeah.
And then everybody bought me shots, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing these now. I don't care."
I'm
So
getting
I
hammered.
got like 10 free shots. It was fucking great. Yeah.
That is the age-old person who's ever been a bouncer at a bar.
Yeah.
Bartender thing is the for or against fighting back when a woman attacks you.
Oh man, yeah, it's a tough
dark
spot to be in, man.
Yeah, because as a bouncer is always the nightmare scenario. Because like you're throwing a guy out, it's like, all right, like worst case scenario, he'll want to wrestle.
Yeah, if a guy swings on you, you can just like swing back. You may not win the fight, but at least you can like get some shots in.
Oh
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
But I remember at St. Patty's Day, like this lady, probably almost 50. I was just like almost like about to cry, pleading with her, like, you're so old, like it's behind you, like leave. You're embarrassing yourself. Yeah. You're like a 50-year-old lady who's shit faced at 5 p.m. on St. Patty's, like. Just go hide in whatever shitty hovel you're from. Like, leave. You're embarrassing.
Go back to your shanties.
Yeah, and as I'm holding, I mean, I have her, like, over my shoulder.
Yeah.
She's reaching up and back like a Gumby, scratching my face, pulling my beard.
Man.
And I was like...
biting and shit. Yeah,
and you're just like, this is the fucking... like the nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
Right? Because like most bars don't have like a Chris Cyborg Santos.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you want to punch me in the face, lady? And then you're like, ding, ding, ding. And she comes out in her little tie shorts and like, is going to clock these lady customers.
Yeah.
Brutal, dude.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But she did get fucked up though in the parking lot, right?
Oh, yeah. She took the opportunity. So she hit like 3 dudes.
Yeah.
And then she hit this one girl. And thankfully, the one, because none of us, like, we're all just like looking at each other, like, we're all like, we would fuck him up if it was a dude, like, doing that whole masculinity thing.
Because you have all this testosterone, you're like, nowhere to go.
And so we're all looking at each other, and then the girl is just like, well, I can fuck her up, and so the girl got some good shots in on her, and she got her due, and then the cops got there, and she tried to run, but like, she could only run like. Like 2 miles an hour, and the cop just goes, don't run. Like he just like mumbled it to himself, like he was like, God damn it. Yeah, so he chased her down and put a good like Brian Urlacher tackle on her, and the best part was like when she initially punched me when I was still in the bar, like when I was on the camera. This lady at this other table goes, she put hands on you, fuck her up. Like,
she's like, did her hand show.
She really wanted me to just bust it. I was like, no, lady, like stop, don't encourage that,
Ugh.
But if you want to do it, I won't stop you. You know what I mean?
It's like, you're right here, get over here.
By all means, yeah. So yeah, that was my evening, and it was a lot of fun. And
Super cool.
that's why I texted you, and I was like, I'm way later than we normally meet up on on podcast day, and I was like, hey man, I'll be there, but I got a story for you. I promise this is justified. This tardiness and truancy.
If I don't hear from you early in the morning, I usually assume something. You have this it's kind of one of those magical things that some people have. You have like this aura, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you draw in the characters that are going to give you the story later.
Sure.
For better or worse. It's not always a gift.
Typically worse.
Yeah, usually it's a curse. But yeah, it's like whenever I don't see you early, I'm like, something happened and I can't wait to hear about it.
Okay, yeah. So here we go. Let's do some for or against. And now that I've told the world that I got beat up by a woman at the bar last night, nothing I could do about it. There's nothing I could do about it.
You didn't tap out.
I wonder what Kent Murphy would have done in that situation.
I think we all know what Kent Murphy.
Well, he's got
done.
a stable of like
Yeah.
Donna and fucking Deb and
Trish.
Like, they'd probably already been there, and they'd be like, I got you, Kent. You know what I mean?
I think this lady would have seen Kent and just been like, that's not the one.
Yeah.
That's not the one.
That's not the one.
Kent Murphy would look like the most, like, unstable person everywhere he is. Like, that's not the guy.
Yeah, okay, so, okay, for or against. Let's dive in here. I got one here. I'll lead us off. So, at Football Sunday, interesting story from my Colts, my boy Darius Leonard.
Your Colts.
So I don't know if you saw this, but after the game, because they had some fans in attendance, so there was a kid like leaning over the rail. So he took off his gloves and he threw them to the kid. Well, what he didn't know was his wedding ring came off, and it was like in the glove.
Whoa.
So this kid had his wedding ring, and the kid like went to Twitter and like tracked him down. I was like, "Yo, dude, I've got your wedding ring," and then just gave it back to him. And so my question is for or against: if you come across a once in a lifetime souvenir, you just giving it back? You know what I mean? Without without a demand. Just out of the goodness of your heart. In 2020, man, the goodness of your heart's gone.
There should be no goodness in anyone's heart anymore. Like we've burned through. Like we're fast approaching.
So that's why for or against. Like, are you leveraging that item that you have?
Sure. Now, okay. So let me put it this way: if this was like the Barry Bonds record breaker ball, no fucking way. Like you gots to pay me
Right.
a lot of money. I don't care about Canton.
Yeah.
I don't care about your personal trophy case. You get your millions of dollars.
Sure.
I paid my fucking ticket. I caught the ball. That's my shit now,
That's
right?
mine.
The stands are where we live. That's my tribe. So something like that for sure. I would argue the fact that when you said that Colts player's name out loud, I had no idea who he is.
Oh, he's a B. He's two-time All-Pro. He's only been in the league 2 years. All-Pro both years. Or all
cool.
Yeah, he's
and
bad.
I still have
He's a
no
linebacker.
idea who he is.
Well, you should.
Even though I've seen the Colts play probably
He's a beast.
5-6 times the last couple of years. So I would argue that since he has no name recognition per se,
Not to
right?
you.
Probably not an enormous contract right now if he's only been in the league 2 years.
Yeah.
This might be the smart honey dick move. Right?
Honey dicking him?
Yeah, you're honey dicking him, right? So it's like, look how cool I am.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get in close and,
And
it's
then
like,
your
hey,
boys.
Yeah, maybe I can like come to your house. Then you steal something that's really valuable. Like his wife.
I like the old honey dick move.
Yeah, right? Because that's what if it's Bond's record breaker ball, you're like, that has significant cash value.
It's known. Like
you will have
you
to
knew
pay
before
me.
the game. They were giving estimates before that game.
Right. And that's
They're
one of
like,
the
yeah.
reasons people are there and why you buy your seats out there in right field. So that all makes sense to me, right?
Yeah.
That's a big this guy's wedding. I mean, I have a wedding ring. This thing was probably like $300, right? Guy wedding rings aren't really that crazy. They don't have a big diamond on them normally.
Yeah.
So like how much can you ask of him before he's like, dude, I'll just go to the pawn shop and get another one? Like, I mean, to be fair, if I'm being honest, this is actually my second wedding ring.
Oh.
Because my first one, came apart and broke, which is a weird thing I didn't know.
Yeah.
I think it's because when I had my first kid, I was changing shitty diapers and I was like really neurotic
Rubbing
about
shit.
it. So I was like always doing that hand sanitizer, and I think it like corroded my ring.
it. Yeah.
Well, because I was like, I got to put sanitizer on the ring. There could be like particle. We got to poop early this time.
Yeah.
There could be particles stuck under the ring, so I got to
Yeah.
And I think I over
Baby shit.
acided
no less.
it or whatever. Acidity got the ring. So this is my second ring. So I don't think dude wedding rings matter that much.
Yeah.
It's weird because like you see that thing like what was his name? The Red Rocket or the Red Rifle?
Oh yeah. Dalton.
Andy
Dalton.
And he's just like, well, I got a rubber wedding ring for practice so that none of the guys try to make moves on me. And it's like, all right, ginger boy, like
Why
come on.
don't you just like take your ring off during the game?
Yeah.
Be like, babe.
Well, he can't.
Biab.
He can't.
I'm not wearing my ring during the game, Biab.
Yeah. Yep, yep.
Biab.
Yeah.
I still love you.
All those bleacher creatures up there have binoculars. They can see that I'm on the market.
Oh.
Also, if I was his wife, I'd be like, can you take the ring off? I don't want all those interceptions to like be hanging on our marriage, please. But yeah, what's the value of this keeping this guy's ring? Now he's got an in.
Well,
Now he's part of the news story with him.
I mean, so you're kind of for it in terms of you want to honey dick him.
I want to get something.
Yeah.
But I think this kid's playing it smart.
But you're long gaming it. See,
yeah,
like,
I'm against giving it back
I
without
don't care
any
what it
return.
is. Like if I end up with that ring, like hey man, I have your ring,
I'm married to your wife now.
and it's gonna cost you. You know what I mean? Like I'm vehemently against just giving shit back.
I'll bet
Possessions.
you.
I don't know if this is true, but like all
Okay.
the hillbillies I grew up with, it was always like.
They always said
But the
that.
thing was always
Yeah.
possession's 9/10 of the law. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that's just
Yeah.
like it's like Donnie Baker when he's like state law.
Yeah,
You know,
state
like,
law.
That's like people say that shit.
Yeah.
They're like, so I don't even know if that's true.
Well, you know the
It's
guy
just
who
one of those
always said that
things.
the most, right?
Yeah.
Was the guy whose kid was riding your bicycle
Yeah,
around?
possession's 9/10
Yeah.
of the law.
You left it outside. Well, I was shooting hoops. Well, fuck you. Sorry, man.
My bike now. My
But
bike
I
now.
got on it and pedaled it. 9/10 of the law.
So like that's the domain that I'm claiming when I get the ring. He'll be like, that's my
Right.
ring. I'll be like, is it?
But my guess
'Cause
is
who has
this
it
kid
right
and his
now?
family are going to get like tickets. They'll get tickets
Yeah,
to the game.
he's
That's
gonna-
probably worth.
They're
more
gonna
than
get
the
like
ring.
a gift package or something.
So he's smart. He's going to get something.
I'm going monetary. I got computers I need to get. we need new cameras.
I do need new hacker.
I'm pulling bar shifts, man. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
You're getting
Like,
fucking knocked out.
yeah,
for
I'm
this
getting
channel.
punched by chicks at the bar because we need money. You know what I mean? Like,
I was like, that video, if you had gotten knocked the fuck out, like law be damned, that's going up on our channel.
Yeah.
Like if you get laid the fuck out on Chucky's security camera, I'm definitely like, I'm putting.
Yeah,
that on
once
there.
like the litigation clears, like we'll throw it up. For sure.
you
For
took
sure.
it like a pro though.
Yeah,
because I couldn't believe. Because I was
I
like,
can take a hit, man.
the sweltering rage you must have felt because you did the scary thing, which is you didn't erupt in like anger, right?
Yeah.
You went stone cold
Yeah.
still. And I was like, so in your mind, you must have been planning murder.
Like there was like, you saw the video. There was like tables all around, but like all of them afterwards were like, they're like, I can't believe how well you handled that.
Well, they all did the.
Yeah, they're like, I can't believe how well. I was like, yeah, like, I'm not gonna strike a woman in front of people.
Yeah, that's a bad look. That's a bad look.
There's 30 cameras in that place. Like,
all right, well, let me ask you this before we get back to before we get off the for or against. What is something that comes into the stands that you would like? Here's a good question: are you for or against throwing back home run balls for the other team?
if it's an insignificant, like if it's like you said, like if it was the Bonds record breaker, like the McGuire record breakers back in the day, not throwing those back. If it's an insignificant, if it's like Joe Blow's third home run of the year, yeah, I'm whipping that thing back.
You throw that back?
Yeah. What's the bit? What are you gonna do with that ball?
Batting practice.
Show your friends, and be like,
batting
call it a home run
practice.
ball. Like, no, I'm whipping it back, getting kicked out of the game. Yeah,
I'm gonna fill my Rawlings bucket.
I've thrown a ball back at a minor league game before.
Well, I was at the Cubs
and
game.
I did not get kicked out. But
yeah,
like,
the Cubs game last summer, they were like,
I
mad.
got talked to.
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
Well, I saw these big fat guys. They're like, flip it back. Because some like 12-year-old caught it, and he's like, cool, a baseball. And these guys are like, throw it back. You have to throw it back. And I was like, hey, fuck off.
Don't make a kid throw it back.
Yeah.
I get why kids would, but like me, a grown-ass man, I'm whipping it back because you never know, man. I could rookie of the year that shit. I get a contract. They see my.
That's how it started.
Yeah, they see my fucking like laser show that I put on with that fucking strike I throw.
So you're still long gaming it.
I could be.
Because you're like, I'll only throw it back because I could get a contract.
Yeah. That's the only way that ball maybe has value because if I just take it home, I can't sell that. But if I whip a fucking rocket from center field and blow him away with my wicked ass arm, then there's maybe value in that ball. Or if nothing else, I get on SportsCenter because I like, I bean the right fielder or something, which I would.
Yeah.
And then I've created value.
What about
for myself?
What about ball comes rocketing into one of these irresponsibly built stadiums that don't have netting? 8-year-old girl gets her fucking skull collapsed.
Shouldn't have been sitting there.
You get the ball, let's say 4 drops of blood, like a poetic amount of blood.
Not giving it to her.
You give it to her, or do you throw it back, or do you keep it?
I'm keeping it.
Wow, why?
Well,
cloning.
That's my ball. Cloning. That's my ball.
You give it back to the parents. You're gonna need a new kid, probably. Here's
like,
the cloning
I'm like,
ball.
why are you not taking that? Why are you worried about the ball? Get your daughter to a hospital. The ball is not the issue here.
Well, no, my theory is it ricochets off of her head, leaving a hole, and you catch it.
Yeah.
Like you're like 2 rows away.
Well, and also like boy or girl or whoever it hits, right there, and it's irresponsible of me to give them a baseball because you know what I mean. If they can't catch that ball, they don't have any business needing a baseball because then they're just gonna go home. It's like you give them a rope and they want to be a cowboy. Then they go home thinking,
what?
Then they go.
Is that just a thing?
Yeah, you give them the ball. They go home thinking, like maybe I should play baseball when clearly you shouldn't.
Well, no.
Because you don't even have the decency.
You're missing
to pay
the first
attention.
part of the story, which is one. You're saying the kid can't catch the ball that's coming at them 150 miles an hour.
Yeah, so they don't need a baseball.
They're 8.
They don't deserve it.
Also, they're not going to be a cowboy or whatever you said because they're going to be missing half of their fucking face. They're going to have no desire. That baseball is going to become a haunting relic of the happy life they could have had.
They have no business needing that baseball. They don't need it. You can't catch it. You shouldn't have the ball. You don't deserve it. I'm sorry you got your face caved in.
You throw it back at
Sorry
the
about
batter and
that.
be like, this blood's on you.
I blame your parents.
This blood's on you.
For 1, not raising you right, and 2, bringing you and sitting you in a spot where they know damn well you don't have them. When I was 8, I could catch a rocket.
You are fucking full of it.
I could. I had to move up 2 leagues when I was 8 years old.
I
did.
was a big boy.
Yeah.
When you were 8 years old, you're like, I have enough attention span and am laser focused on the game. And if this guy rocks one within half a second, I can
100%.
Well,
100%.
Well, that's why you are who you are, my friend.
Yeah.
Preparedness in the field.
So that's that.
The rest of us 8-year-olds just
I'm
walking around
against
with
giving
our
items
pumpkins.
back. You're for it.
No,
but long gaming for it.
Only for money, yeah. So only for benefiting yourself. Yeah.
So it's kind of a gray area.
It should always go back to the person who wants it. They just got to pay.
What do you got? What do you got?
All right. So this weekend I had my cousin who was in town. Right. We don't get to see each other often.
Right.
You know, she's a little homesick. She wanted to come hang out. Right. So we
Sure.
did. So we're trying to plan like what would a young lady in her 20s want to do. Right. And so we're like, obviously football games are Sunday, UFC fight Saturday. Right, we're like planning
right
all these like things that we like to do. Board games, obviously, drinking, obviously. Sure. We bought some Mick Ultras for her, the light ones.
100.
And my sister-in-law was like, just stupid, bad idea. And we're like, what? She's like, I'll handle it. Farmer's market brunch.
Oh.
Pumpkin spice lattes. Hiking.
PSLs.
Yeah, hiking. In like fashion clothes, like American Eagle. Because I showed up in like fucking fat cut sleeve with basketball shorts.
Yeah.
And they're like all dressed like that. I was like, wow, thanks for the fucking memo. That's cool.
Oh, God.
I'll just look like your fucking valet.
They all dressed like they were going to go get IPAs somewhere, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Also, my brother, very IPA. My brother did the smart move, though, because I saw the pictures from earlier. I didn't go to the farmer's market brunch. So I'm like, I can only handle so much. And I don't like being at...
Do you want my head to explode?
Yeah. And I was like, but I saw the pictures. He had like one of those like turtleneck things.
Oh, God.
Where it's like the big, like, it looks like an airplane pillow.
Oh, no. Yeah.
He took that shit off for the hike because he knew I was going to fucking have at him. I saw the picture, bitch. But, so anyways, the coup de grace, right? We're at my house. We're having drinks, right? I'm just hammering White Russians and Mick Ultras. And I'm like, this is going well, dude.
What
like,
a day.
there's sports on. Yeah, NBA's about to be on. I'm gambling. And they're like, oh, it's not done. I was like, say what? And so I was like, what are we doing? Like pizza, something cool? They're like, no, we're going to Stuckey Farms. And I was like, Stuckey Farms?
Yeah, I know where that's at.
So so this is like basic fucking white lady 101, right? It is a farm where you pay. So we have to pay money to walk onto the hallowed premises
around
on this farm.
Yeah.
$13 a person, including my children.
Yeah.
To get a wristband, right? And they have a setup, right? It's like the saddest little like like by the porta potties, my kid can slide down what looks like leftover construction, like sewage tunnels and shit. They have a thing you can pedal, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And they have pig races.
Probably like a shitty corn maze or something.
Oh, the corn maze. It's not a maze. You just walk through.
Yeah, it's just like it's just a trail through the corn.
It's just a trail. It's literally just
there's like two choices where you can turn. But you can see the end. You're like, nah, that's not the right way.
You're like, well, I don't want to do an extra circle in this soggy ass fungus corn. But anywho, so it's just stupid shit.
Yeah.
But then you look around, and these white ladies are in heaven, right?
Yeah.
So there's a sunflower field. So let's all get pictures of us, like, you know, staring, taking in sun like a sunflower. Just ladies everywhere getting like really soulful pictures with sunflowers, right, for the gram. And then I'm like, well, this is stupid, but whatever. You know, I'm just like,
stupid.
I'm like hammering apple donuts. I bought like a whole 12 thing, and I'm just like eating them. I was like, this is fine, good enough for me. Like, you know, make the best of your situation.
Yeah.
Well, then they're like, oh, we haven't done the thing yet. I'm like, what's the fucking thing? And they had an apple launcher cannon. I'm like, that looks cool. That'll be the thing. That's not the thing. Plus, you don't get to shoot it at people.
It's like, what was the show, American Gladiator, when they had the tennis ball launcher.
Dude, they shot so fast.
That's what you're thinking.
And my thought was I can pay to send one person in and I get to shoot at them. That's not how it works. You just shoot at a board. Anyways, they're like, we're going to go pick our own apples. And you've got to be fucking kidding me. And that's where I broke a little bit. Because I was like, you are paying someone
to do their work,
to go be a farmer, right? So you're picking apples
to do their work
that are shittier and more ugly looking than the apples we get at the store.
Yeah,
and you're paying a lot more than a normal apple.
That guy that owns that farm doesn't know it, but he could be an astounding cult leader.
Yeah,
with that kind of power, with that kind of when you can get people to pay you to do your own job.
Yeah,
like that's power.
So that's my for against recreational farming.
Recreational. I'm against it. Like,
so against.
I hate to just like straight up agree with you here, but it is the only time, because I've done the like, you know, the girlfriend back in the day. Mm-hmm. She's like, let's go to a pumpkin patch. And I'm like, no, I don't want to, but I'll be there in a month again. I do like getting laid, so I'm gonna go. Yeah. The only time I've ever like felt like we took my two nephews and my niece to the apple orchard. There's one out by my mom's house, and they had fun. Like they thought it was cool to pick apples. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, I had your same thought process. Like, oh, not only are we now paying to do their job, we're paying to do forced child labor.
Yeah.
You know, like
everyone brings
like
their kids.
Yeah, like I had that thought in my head.
Where's OSHA?
So I'm like, but at least they were having fun. And whenever like kids are, you know, joyous kids, I'm like, oh, that's fine. You know what I mean?
See, that's that nonsense argument. Cause I'm like, yeah, your kids are having fun.
But they
when
don't
you
know.
turn your back, they're picking up the rotten apples and winging them at each other. But do you think your kid would have
100%.
more fun at like Chuck E. Cheese than
For sure.
Dude, my kids came out. They look like they had fought that chick who fought you at the bar because they're getting scratched up because I'm trying to lift them up to get the only apples left that the 5'5" Instagram girls haven't taken. So I'm having to like lift them into a tree. I'm getting fucking stabbed and shit. I'm all tired from the donuts. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
And then we're just carrying these bags. I have the fucking shitty apples in our like apple dish. And I'm like, Hunter, do you want to? My kid eats like 5 apples a day.
He was smashing an apple the other day when I came over. Yeah.
I came in and I said, Hunter, do you want one of the apples you picked yourself? And he goes, they're pretty gross looking. And I was like, fuck me. That's like $28 worth of apples. And I was but this is the thing. It's spreading, dude. My dad is probably like one of the most butch dudes ever, right? He's like, I have free time. I'm going to fucking build shit out of wood and craft to build a barn.
I'm gonna be a man.
Yeah, he has like a tractor to mow his lawn. He's like, I'm gonna go rip up trees. He was like shaping the earth in his house.
I might till the land. I
yeah,
don't
like
know.
a fucking madman, dude. He's like just super butch, right? The butchest guy. Every summer I get the call. Well, Josh, it's blueberry picking season. Fuck me.
For who?
And he's like, can I take the
Not
boys?
for me, it isn't.
It's the only time of the year they spend the night at his house, one night of the year essentially, so that they can all go blueberry picking the next day. And then he's like, I sent you home blueberries. I'm like, yes, that's so good. My Kroger ran out. But it's just like, what the fuck? Even my dad, this is the new thing though. Now, every single lady in my neighborhood this summer, their husband built them the fucking coffin that they fill with dirt, and everyone's growing their own vegetables.
Yeah.
And so every day someone's like, come try my vegetable. Come try my vegetable. And I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, what happened to us as a society where now it's like...
I've had the garden neighbors before where they're like, here,
I mean, you've
these,
seen my
like, I
my
grew these
neighborhood
tomatoes. Here, have them. And I was like, well, they're like mushy and they look like shit. So,
well, my neighbor lady has so many she can't. So like, my wife and kid go pick them. I'm like, what are we, like Italian peasants? Like, what is happening?
Plus, for like 30 cents, I can go get one like on steroids at Kroger that
they're
genetically engineered.
Yeah, I want GMO food, man. I want my food to look like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
but it's like it's crazy because it's like it's like the start of The Godfather. Like we're just walking around our village with like baskets of the things we need to survive. Yeah. But I was like, does this like help you with clout on Instagram to be like, look, it's me grabbing this apple. I'm like Eve.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
When did this become a thing?
I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was like, he started his own garden in his yard, but like he made his own irrigation system.
Oh yeah.
And like was way into it so he could grow hot peppers. And I'm like, you need your own grown jalapenos that bad. Because like the way he's describing them, I mean, this is a multi-$1,000 project. Yeah. So he could grow jalapenos and habaneros. And I was like, oh.
Get your jalapenos like a grown-up left in the bottom of your Papa John's box.
Because I'm just going to go get like a jar of pickled jalapenos.
Yes.
White trash that shit out and throw it on my food.
Well, this is the other.
Without having to dig trenches in my backyard.
This is the other thing, and it's so douchey. But now my neighbors are starting to get into this thing, right? Where like they'll be eating their vegetables, right? Or like we'll be hanging out like for beers or other party favors. They don't grow that shit. That would be cool. Like I would farm that. But no, nothing cool like that. Just like fucking cucumbers and shit.
Yeah.
But they'll take a bite and you'll just hear this. Oh, the ones at the store just don't have this flavor. And I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. I was like, if this was true, grocery stores would collapse.
Where do you think the ones from the grocery store came from? They came from a garden.
Yeah.
Like, or, you know, like a growing field. Like
the massive farmer who has all the acres. Yeah. The farmer who's been doing this for generations doesn't know how to get that flavor your coffin box has. But it's so... Oh, it's just it's a
really dumb.
But honestly, I think this is what's wrong with society, right? I think we need to be prey. Like I think there need to be giant beasts that eat us regularly.
Oh yeah,
so that we drop.
We should
so
not
much
be apex predators. Like it's just bad for us.
But that's what I mean. If we had to walk out every day and be like, "Fuck, man, that,"
it's really made us complacent. As
there's like 15-foot tall owls, right? And like, well, my neighbor's an owl ball now. I don't want to be an owl pellet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste my time today
It
growing.
would solve a lot of the world's problems
so much.
if you had to worry every time you stepped out of your front door. Like,
well, like, let me tell you this.
If you had to have a system of like people being like, the owl's gone, go to your cars if you need to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like the purge. Owl in your side. But that's what I mean. Do you think that like my kids started school again, right? And it's like a big hubbub. They're like, the school did the, hey, we have bathrooms that anyone can use, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a toilet where people poop and pee. Not a big deal.
Right.
Some fucking Karen mass emailed all the parents. And my kid's in like kindergarten.
By the way, that lady who's emailing, she's been to that pumpkin or the apple patch at least 10 times.
That's guaranteed
already.
Her Facebook picture is her and her kids holding a $28 apple.
Yeah.
Right? But she's like, we've got to do something. There's predators in our school. And I was like, Predator? I love that movie. That'd be fucking badass. Yeah. That's what I mean. We need like the Predator alien to come down and have at us.
Yeah.
Because you think people would really be arguing about what people should write as their gender or pronouns or bathrooms? Like, let people do whatever they want. We have to fight the owls. That would be our society.
Let the kids take a leak. You know what I mean?
Like, fucking... this is the thing. My high school was fucked up because we were like real Christian community. So like my bathroom or our bathrooms weren't allowed to have doors on the stall for fear we were going to do drugs and smoke cigarettes in there.
So you just had to poop in the open?
Yeah. So everyone,
man.
but then it sucked because the one handicapped kid could never shit because we'd all shit in that one because it was the last stall. If you pooped in the first stall, everyone walks by and you're like, hey. So the handicapped kid's just like, what the fuck, guys? I was like, you made a classic error.
So he's just doing the poop dance like all day. He's like, I gotta shit.
Yeah, he's just like, well, fuck, I can't get to that stall because everyone doesn't want people to see them pooping.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's what I mean. We need predators. Because if you're just like, what would be a fun use of my day? Picking rotten apples for 8-time market value. That means that society is broken. Things are too good for us, and this is why we're creating problems.
So I think, to get back on track, we're both against forced child labor that you have to pay for.
Yeah,
you're not even getting paid for it.
And
I'm against it. Fuck them.
I'm against recreational farming.
I gotta pull mine up.
Child labor, I don't know. I might be.
Yeah, I'm not all the way against that. All right, we got our next 4 against. This is from YouTube. This is from Luke Armentrout. It's one of my favorite ones so far. For Luke Armentrout, here we go. 4 or against peeing in the pool.
I was hoping you were gonna get because he's done this twice and it's such a good one.
It's a great one.
Now, this is the thing, though, because I've been thinking about this, and I'm not sure where I
First of all, let's just admit it. We've both peed in a pool.
There was a time in my life I was a prolific pool peer.
We both peed in a pool just to have that out.
Yeah.
Now,
there was a time in middle school I would hold my pee all day if I knew I was going to the pool.
If you had pool and
because it was my favorite thing. You'd hit the diving board. You'd do the deep dive, right? So as soon as my hands hit the water, I started trying to piss. And so like the whole time I'm going down like a mermaid, it's just this euphoric rush of like me pissing in the deep end. So like there was a time. But now that I have kids, it's a lot more troublesome to me. But then you're like, my kid wears like a swim diaper.
Yeah.
And if you're familiar with that technology, that just means he's pissing in the pool all day.
Yeah.
So I'm against it.
I'm for it.
And why? I want to hear your logic. As a confessed pool peer.
And also I want to normalize another form of peeing in the pool. Like,
the standing on the edge with your dick out?
Yeah. What's the difference? If you're like waiting around in the water.
Having to see the dick.
So, but
there are children there.
I think the benefit to that is, though, you know that there's pee in the pool right there versus like people waiting around and just like whizzing themselves. You're like, I wonder if that guy just peed. You know what I mean? This guy's on the side of the pool just leaking into the pool. Yeah. Draining the main vein.
It's the horrible thing about looking the way I do is that everyone just assumes I'm always surrounded in a cloud of pee.
I'm going to go drain my lizard in the pool.
Well, yeah, I would argue that peeing in the water like a grown-up, the advantage is that children aren't seeing dicks all day.
Yeah, but like the thing of it is, like it's chlorinated. That peeing and do nothing to anybody. You know
Well,
what I mean?
Waterworld, he drank it. They say it's sterile.
Yeah.
It's uncouth.
Yeah. So like if you're in there and you got to pee.
Well,
That's where I'm at. You don't. Don't be pooping in the pool. That's something different because then you got there's floaters and
yeah.
And I'm mostly diarrhea myself, so like then it's just a whole. You don't want that. So.
No, but this is something like people piss in the ocean for sure. All the fucking time. They're like, it's bigger.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm like, you still have like a cloud around
I don't
you.
see. Here's the thing. Like, I don't get into the ocean. I don't get into lakes.
Oh, I hate oceans.
If I can't see the bottom, I don't get into that water, unless I have to pee. That's the only time you'll like. If you see me in a lake, like if I'm waiting around by the boat, it's because I'm peeing.
You're peeing.
I'm not enjoying myself. I don't like being in that water. Where I can't see what's below me. I don't like it.
I love lake life, too.
It's unnatural.
Yeah, I spent some time at a lake this summer.
I love going to, I love
being at the, but
I love being on boats. I love it.
See, I don't like being on boats either because I feel trapped.
No,
I don't like anywhere where I can't make a quick getaway, right? I'm one of those guys. I'm always exit strategizing. But I'm like, I'm cool to just sit here and read on the dock. Like, I'm good. But everyone's like, we got to do stuff. And then my kids are 5 and 2, so they're like, let's do stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you swimming in the lake. You're like, this is cool. My fucking hair and beard are just getting full of sticks and debris and guaranteed. But we were swimming.
Sewage, most likely.
Well, this is a true fact. So my wife and I and my 2-year-old son are swimming. Kid is out with grandma on the jet skis, I think, or whatever. They have these like floater pads now.
Yeah.
Where you like climb up on it and you can like kind of lay around, do whatever. And we're sitting there swimming and I look over and I have my 2-year-old and I just go, is that a giant pretzel? Like, I thought it was one of those giant movie theater pretzels in the water. And I went,
big salted bastard.
And I looked and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, Amy, run. I took my 2-year-old, threw him like a shot put where he plopped on the fucking mat.
Was it poop?
That is all it could be. So I was like, twigs in nature don't bend like that. I don't know why poop did. But then I start looking, and I was like, the 2 neighbors I know are gone. So I'm like, this poop had to have traveled like 400 nautical feet.
Ooh.
So I was like, is this a drive-by poop? Like, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
But that was so vile for the rest of the day. I was like, I can't.
Have you ever had a water birth?
No, my brother did when he was a kid, and my dad had to get in with a Dixie cup and just hit a country club pool and someplace.
I pooped in the bathtub once when I was a little kid. I don't remember it, but my mom told me about it.
I was hoping we were going to, in earnest, not do poop today, but while we're here.
We've done it like 3 times.
My favorite pooping in the tub story. My brother, Skyler, prolific tub pooper. So when we were kids, my mom just
doesn't surprise me.
Anyone who knows my brother, it's like, that's on brand.
He probably still does.
Just to prove he can. So we're in the bathtub, and I, of course, like when I was a kid, I was a big collector, right? So like our toys had like the checklist.
Yeah.
So you'd have like all the G.I. Joes. You know, I'd keep I'd keep like an intricate checklist on the box of which ones I had.
100%.
Circle the ones I thought I had seen and where. Like I was really into it. And so
I did that with my Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, all of them. They all had that, and it was great. Right?
Yep.
So I'm in the bathtub with all my toys, and my mom's just like, yeah, you can bathe with all your turtles and whatever. So I must have had like 60 figures in there. And Skylar's like, I want to get in. My mom's like, okay, he's a year younger than me. And she's like, next thing you know, I just heard screaming. And I assumed you had like fallen and cracked your face open. She comes in and just, the whole tub is just fecal. And it's like advancing like an army. And I'm like, save Leonardo. And so my mom's trying to like scoop. But she's like, the faster I grab them, the
You're
more
worried
the
about
poop.
your toys. Like,
Yeah, I'm so.
Don't get poop on my toys.
Yeah. And she said my brother's just sitting there smiling, playing with his toy still. And shit's everywhere. And I was so mad. But I got another one. This one's actually even weird. So my brother, now older, right? We have another brother who's 7 years younger.
Yeah.
So we're talking maybe like 12 and 7, right?
Yep.
Something like that. He's not that much younger than him. Whatever. Anyways, so this disparity. So again, we hear screaming and wailing. So my youngest brother, we come in, and we're in an apartment at the time. We come in, and he is thrown up all in the bathtub. And we're like, what happened? And Skylar's like, he's being a girl. And we're like, what? And Dustin's crying because he threw up everywhere. And he's like, he farted. And it was so bad. And Skylar was like, yeah, I ate an apple. But he ate an apple in the bathtub.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, farted. It made my bathtub.
Apples make me fart. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, and it caused like so much turmoil in our family. But yeah, so getting back to the pool though.
Yeah.
I think the difference with the pool is that I think the pool is a weird place because going this summer it's a place that is definitely meant for children.
Yeah.
that bad adult co-opt in an uncomfortable way.
I'm telling you right now, if you invite me to your pool party, if we're at the pool, I get in the pool.
Wait, now this is a big distinction.
I peed in the pool.
So, like, if I went to your mother's house who has a pool,
yep,
I would not piss in her pool.
I do it all the time.
The public pool that is gigantic, sure.
Yeah.
You piss in your nephew's pool.
Yeah, all the time. And my mom's is a saltwater pool too. So I'm not even sure if that's like as good as chlorine.
There's like no chlorine.
Yeah,
in there,
like I'm not sure if it's as effective at killing pee as chlorine is.
I'll give you a guess. No.
I don't know.
I don't think salt kills anything.
I have no idea.
Except for ice.
Salty pee pool now.
Wow, so you're like still a pool peer.
It kills snails. Salt does.
That's true.
And snails are pretty much like
Leeches,
blobbery piss. Yeah.
But wait. Let's back this up. One, I don't swim often.
I'm not I don't either.
Would you? Okay, so there's like different pools though. So like
I can swim.
Yeah, of course.
Let it be known.
Probably really strong.
Yeah, I am a strong swimmer.
So in nature, ocean and lake, piss. Fine. They're already full of piss anyways.
Yeah.
Pool, public pool.
Piss.
Personal pool.
Piss.
Gym pool. Like lap pool. Icy cold lap pool.
100% piss.
That one's impossible to get away with because it's so icy cold.
Yeah.
You're for sure outed.
Why? How are you for sure outed?
Because the lap pools are so fucking cold. When you pee, it's like 80 degrees warmer.
Oh, yeah.
You're definitely going to get busted.
But that's like more reason to pee in it, though, because you know how good that feel when it starts warming up and you're like,
I do. My high
dive
pee, I still remember it as like when I watched that HBO show Euphoria, I was like,
dude,
yeah, that show's
I don't really have any rules when it comes to peeing. Like I often, like especially at night, I will, in lieu of going to the bathroom, I'll just walk out my back door and pee in the yard.
That kills grass.
But for no reason.
That kills grass.
Other than like it's the same distance for me to walk to my bathroom as it is to walk outside.
Why?
I don't know. I just do
Nature.
it. Once I know the neighbors are asleep, it's fun for me.
You assume they're rear windowing your ass. They probably got a whole file.
But that's part of the fun for me. They might be watching.
Little exhibitionist.
Yeah.
That is weird, but not all the way unexpected, I would imagine. That's crazy.
You're against peeing in...
I'm against, man. Pool should be a kid's thing. If it's like a grown-up alcohol party, pee on each other.
I'm for it. What do you got? What are we finishing
up
with?
All right, so my last one is from a listener, longtime listener, friend of the pod, Plow.
Oh, the Plow.
Dustin Schnall, the Plow, right?
Baby. Yeah. What's up,
We love Dustin. So he sent me one, and he's like, I've been seeing these on Twitter, and I'm super confused. I was like, yeah? And so if you can see, it's pictures of the Joker, right? Any of the live-action Jokers, Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix, whatever, with stupid quotes that people post.
Like, what's the quote?
So, like this one, right? Because I saw it, and it's like usually like this one. I love listening to lies when I know the truth. And it's like, why the fuck is that attached to the Joker?
That's stupid. So
right, here's another one. It's Heath Ledger as the Joker. My back is not a voicemail. Say it to my face. My face is in red.
That's so stupid.
Here's another one. I love playing dumb. It allows people to see, or it allows me to see people's true intentions with the Joker.
And people just are posting these around
everywhere. Because my theory is that
they're
it's
fake tough guys. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's weird that it's become the Joker, right?
Yeah.
Because the Joker in comics when I was a kid and shit, he was the clown prince of crime. Like, he had acid squirting flowers and fun and games and booby traps. Now everyone thinks the Joker is like this right-wing libertarian prophet, right? Like he's the guy who's, you saw when that movie came out, like it got real political, real weird.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they're like, there's this group of people that think they are super smarter than everyone else, right? Like my cousin in Florida, who I love dearly, I remember we were at a wedding and he goes, well, once you understand how the money really works in Washington, ... something. I'm like, my brain started shutting down. And I was like, bitch, you live in Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah.
Like, you think you have the keys to, like, the kingdom of this rigged game world? But, like, I could imagine him saying that. Like, this is a Joker picture, right? Once you know where the money's at, it's easier to buy acid flowers.
Say it to my face. My back's not a voicemail.
Yeah.
That's
but so are you for or against
that's the stupidest
stupid,
quote.
Fake, intelligent quotes with pictures of the Joker as a meme?
Very against. I'm gonna do a golden against on this.
Golden against.
Yeah, like first of all, if you can't make dank memes, then don't.
True.
'Cause those aren't dank memes.
That
those
is a waste of a meme.
Those are shit memes.
Yeah.
And
well, no, this is
and so
like,
inherently I hate you. I love dank memes.
it's
man.
like wherever people buy those like weed hats, like gas station clothes, I call them.
Yeah.
This is like Hobby Lobby art, but you would buy it at the gas station clothes store.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? That's what these are.
Yeah.
And I hate it too because
that's like the equivalent of the girls that just like post "live, laugh, love" all the time, or that stupid Marilyn Monroe quote that they always do. They're like, "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." You know what I mean? Like
news alert for the listeners.
Which probably wasn't even Marilyn Monroe that said it.
Definitely not. Right?
Yeah.
If you are dating a person who has that anywhere in their house, run.
Yeah.
Just run.
But that's
because
like to me, that's what these are. That's what these are. Like
right. But this is it gets back to this thing, and I think this is what Plow was saying. Is he's like, I don't get them. Yeah, and I was like, because you're probably like a well-adjusted normal person.
Like the people that like those, the people that are on, they for sure have bumper stickers on their car.
Yes.
For sure, like watch UFC fights as if they could technically do what the fighters are doing, and they tell their friends, they're like,
that's such a good one.
I don't know why you shouldn't have gone to the ground there. I would have stayed up. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've been training twice a week for 2 years.
Is that what you would have done?
Yeah,
in your affliction shirt and your man tits? Is that what you would have done?
Back in high school.
Like that's who likes these. That's who's creating these memes, and that's a person that I just inherently don't like.
Well, the guy I think it is too, and these are the people I hate the most, right, is there are these, because we're at a weird time where everything feels like it matters way more to everyone than it probably really does or should, right? And there are these people that are such cynical, dumb bastards, right?
Yeah.
But they found this way on the internet to try to say something obscure like, I love playing dumb.
Yeah.
Because then I can see the truth. You're not in a Lovecraft novel. Like, you're not smart. You're not playing dumb. You probably are dumb.
Yeah.
So instead of reading and learning and listening and talking,
right,
you would rather just post a meme that says, actually, I'm smarter than you.
Yeah.
Because any political thing you see on Twitter, right? Go down, and underneath that, there'll be someone like, sheep.
Sheep.
Like, you don't get it, sheep. Anyone who calls someone else sheep
is a sheep.
Is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, they're
right.
They're
Put that on put my face on a joke meme. Call me a sheep. I know you're a cunt.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't understand that. But why do you think it's the Joker that's been? When did the Joker become like this fucking prophet?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's the Heath Ledger thing.
It is, yeah, and it's like it still blows my mind to this day that every Halloween, some guy goes, "I'm gonna go as the Joker, and it's gonna be awesome." And I'm going to be like the only one. I'm going to do it better than anybody else ever. Because you're not.
Shouts out Brian Wilson.
And there's also, but there's also like 9 other guys at the same party. Yeah. They're like, I'm the look, I did my, and then they start trying to talk like Heath Ledger, and it's just fucking annoying.
So bad.
It's like that.
But you know what happened?
It's like that South Park episode where they go to the costume party in hell, and he's like, if anybody comes dressed as the Crow, they're fucking out.
I was just gonna say that because I was like, the Joker has taken over the Crow.
The Crow, yeah.
Because the Crow doesn't really talk a lot. He just says, "Hey, it can't rain every day," right? And the Joker has better lines. So like they're like, oh, now we get more color and can say more.
Well, then like Steve Irwin comes in and he's got the fucking the stingray sticking out of his chest, and Satan's like, too soon. He goes, no, it's actually me, Steve Irwin. He goes, oh well, then no costume, you can't come in.
Either way, gross. Yeah, I don't. I think, but this is part of that like QAnon shit, right? I don't know how much you follow this. As a conspiracy lover.
Yeah, I love conspiracies.
I read QAnon is the worst, dumbest conspiracy.
4 conspiracies.
I'm for conspiracy theories. The problem with QAnon is it's like, what if the dumbest people tried to come play in the conspiracy space?
Yeah.
And didn't do any of the fun work? Like, it's such a bad, stupid conspiracy.
Yeah.
Like, my neighbor really thinks, like, Tom Hanks and Oprah are, like, slinging children around.
Yeah.
And that Donald Trump's out there, like, saving them.
Yeah.
And I was like, can you just send me, like, a picture or an image of, like, anything that gives you any... Anyways.
Yeah.
But, like, these are those people, right? The problem is the internet has made everyone...
Well, first of all, the whole pedophile thing, right?
Yeah.
The reason that that's being championed, and I'm just going to drop some knowledge on you.
Okay.
Because they're latching onto this thing, and they're building, and they're running the conspiracy, and they're doing it so that they can say that they're fighting for a good cause.
Yeah.
while bashing the Black Lives Matter movement.
A lot of that,
or not like engaging in
any
that
movement.
They'd
like
be like,
that,
well, I don't have time for that because I'm saving kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well,
like that's what it is. That's all that is.
The hashtag that all the ladies I know are posting on their Facebook pictures of them with like their $30 pumpkins.
Yeah.
Right, and their fucking PSLs and whatever other shit I was talking about earlier.
We've got to stop this Hollywood ring.
It always at the bottom has hashtag save the children.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I'm a mom, of course I want to save children.
Yeah.
They don't realize that's just like a QAnon stolen
Well, they
hashtag.
think that they're like enlightening the masses by being like, I'm against pedophilia. Like most people are.
Really?
Like at least 99% of people are.
Is pedophilia out this season?
Except for the pedophiles, which are a very small majority of the population.
Yeah.
But but they talk to you about it like they run up to you like, I'm against pedophiles. Like I'm gonna be like, oh goddamn,
get out of my yard.
I used to not be, but now that I know that you are and other people, I am too.
Yeah.
Like
I saw you in a turtleneck picking an apple.
As if I'm inherently not against pedophiles.
Shit.
That was a thing in my head where I was like, I'm on the fence about these pedophiles.
I mean,
you know what I
do we
mean?
need all these kids?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I'm not sure where I stand on pedophilia.
But this is the thing, right? Because there are two sides of the coin, right?
Yeah,
the basic women I was talking about earlier, like, let's do this and then put saves the children, whatever the fuck. Not the ones at the border, right? Never mind. We'll get too political, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, fuck that.
And then over here, right, these fucking assholes who are just like these fucking virginal incel whatevers, right? Like, the Joker speaks to me.
Yeah, look what
I'm like the Joker.
Look what these Joker memes are doing to us right now.
Yeah.
Derailing us.
But that's what I mean, right?
Fuck them.
There are two sides of the same
against.
coin is like, I want to be way smarter than everyone, but I'm too dumb to realize that's an impossibility.
100%.
So the Joker will become the weapon that I bludgeon everyone with.
The Joker speaks for me.
Yeah. Hey, I got an idea. Make the Joker great again.
Why can't it be Bane?
Why can't?
Because at least like it'd be a fun voice. I was born in the dark.
I was born in an orchard. You're just here for a Saturday afternoon.
I hate pedophiles.
Even I think they're icky.
My back's not a voicemail. And now I'm just doing like Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah,
my back's not a voicemail.
Is that what did Jimmy Stewart just become Bane?
I don't know, but my Bane impression is just like old Jimmy Stewart.
It's not
Jimmy
that far
Stewart.
off.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I said I wish I were never born.
Yeah, so I'm with Plow. I don't understand these. I think they're stupid.
Yeah.
And I think it's a whole culture of people think if they put their dumb quote on a picture of the Joker, it makes it more profound.
Yeah.
And it just makes me think you should read more books and watch more movies.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and also, like,
know.
the Joker had some pretty cool quotes that you could just, like, use.
Yeah.
Instead of making up your own ridiculous ones.
Yeah.
Like, that don't make much sense and are stupid.
Also, like,
Golden against.
Who's still getting voicemails?
Yeah.
Like, who's still getting angry voicemails?
And if you do, who checks them?
Yeah, that's the super
I
villain.
don't. Yeah.
That's a super villain. It's like, I'm going to leave you a voicemail.
Yeah. If you're checking voicemails, you know you have to tell us if you're a cop, right?
The idea of just like, ooh, I think you fucking are ugly. Click. Like, just stupid ass voice.
Fuck it. All right.
Who the fuck are these people? Who are these people? We got to burn the internet down, dude.
All right. Here we go. So, returning items to players. I'm against. You're for the long game
cash.
of it. Yeah.
For cash.
What was the second one that you did?
Recreational farming.
Recreational farming.
Against.
/ paid forced child labor that you have to pay for against.
God forbid we let people who actually are farmers make money. Jesus
peeing
Christ.
in pools for.
Against.
And then stupid-ass Joker memes.
Lame-ass Joker memes.
Against.
And sub for against. Getting punched by women in
and
bars.
Also, like, you don't have to tell us we're both against pedophilia.
Yeah.
As most people are. So, like, you don't have to, like, yell that at me anymore.
Thanks for making sure we're hashtagged in that, though.
We're for saving children against pedophilia, like, as most people are. Like, it's not a really hot button, you know. Where's your mind on that one? Well, you know. Yeah.
Also, are you like training in your backyard to go like fuck these people up like Taken? No, so you're not really saving anyone.
So so don't leave us any stupid memes, and if you got any for or against you want us to do, just leave them in the comments. We'll see you next week. Bye.